Hey there, tree killers. That's Galveston, Texas. That was a ship down there I went to go see. So it's been a while since I showed you guys the inside of the house. Um, it's been a decent place. I just realized I've been here 4 years. But trim on these cheap ass mobile homes is not great. That molding at the top of the cabinets, they use these little tiny pin drivers that drive that in, and that whole strip came off. So I used nails on the backside and not epoxy but caulking. Redid that. The ceiling joint, it's a mobile home, so there's two halves to it. You can see it's come out of the glue didn't hold. They did a shitty job. I tried little nails and then I tried little screws, but it goes into drywall, so the screws have to have some pitch to them, so I use drywall screws. The next time I get the caulk gun out, I'm gonna dab those white and then that'll be done. I got this guest room finished out in case anybody comes and wants to stay. Got the little TV going on with the Google TV dongle. That's a nice pull-out couch that I found at the op shop. This room is work in progress. It's I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be a man cave. I got my guitars in here, got my desk. So we'll see what this ends up being. No rush to do this one, but it's there. When I did Josh's lighting, you can't have a fan in there, so I absconded with his fan, and it's a groovy little thing. I've lived there 4 years and I've always wanted ceiling fans in here. This dimmer is very cool. See how there's two LEDs lit and then the slider? Well, that's on dim right now, and by pressing it one more time, it goes automatically to high and then it goes to off. But when you press it once, it goes to the preset. All right, easily amused, I know. In the bathrooms, one thing you get for cheap is none of the counters are caulked. So I spent a couple hours caulking this one and the one in the master bedroom. So in the master bedroom, yesterday I treated myself to new pillows, sheets, and pillowcases. And for 4 years, I've been wanting to up the temperature on the water heater. The water heater's buried behind that panel, and it's screwed in. And it just took me 4 years, because I'm a lazy bitch, to open that panel up and get a look at the water heater. And it was set like warm, but I got it up to like scalding. So it's pretty good now. And in here, same thing. This got loose and the weird ass mirror slid down and went behind the cabinet. So I had to disassemble the frame, and I put a couple of clippy clips so the mirror can't slide down anymore. And then I caulked this whole thing, and that was a job. But while I had the caulking gun out, I've never used this garden tub, but if you did and you splashed, all the water would go behind the counter. So I caulked all that in. But then I forgot, and I'll do it. But they use some weird ass cheap caulk that's deteriorated and pulled away. And so again, if I have to scrape that out and caulk the tub, otherwise the tub will leak into the inside of that thing and fuck up all the wood. So yesterday we got rained out, and I didn't do anything outside, but here's my rarely used back door, and you can see, whoa, hot out here, sunny as hell. So that was the big ass tree, and I knocked all that down. Tomorrow, I didn't see this, or tomorrow I'll saw that off. That's a pain in the ass. But the next job is all this little bit right here. You can see I got all the cording done, and I finished up back in this far corner, so you can go all the way back here now. And I think I'll stretch my chainsaw back here and knock down all the leafy leaves so you can walk through here without going through the jungle, and then clear up all back in here. And there's a tree down here which you can't really see because of all the other stuff in front of it. So work to do in this far corner, but not an urgent. And that's life in the big city today. So we'll talk to you all later. Forgot to mention, didn't get caulking in the kitchen either. So anytime I spilled coffee or ran my, I didn't spill coffee, but I'd run this percolator thing. And if I didn't put the cup under the spout, coffee would spill all over the counter and run behind the sink. So that was a bitch. And I finally took care of that when I was caulking as well. But and the other thing I forgot to tell you, I love the living room fan so much, I went out and paid money for one for the bedroom, and this one doesn't have a groovy dimmer, but yeah, I love it. Makes me a lot cooler without having to have the temperature too low at night. So anyway, too long, didn't read, too much information. Talk to y'all later.